Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Chaos Child, and perhaps we will get, Caruso's ending in this part? I don't know, it seems like we're hitting that climaxy point where, like, we now know everything, blah blah blah, it's gotta come out, you know what I mean? Like, we can't do this, and then nothing happens, like, this is the point where now things are happening, and you gotta, like, keep the momentum, so I feel like this should be where we start wrapping it up, but who the hell knows? Because her route is interesting, don't get me wrong, but there was a point where I was like, it's kind of dragging. Like, what is the purpose? Are we doing anything here? Like, and then things started happening, but I was getting to the point where I was like, we've just been doing nothing. Is this the way her route's gonna go? Now we've got, I mean, I get why they did that. It's like, hey, we have to settle in, and we're having fun, and we're enjoying our life. All the tragic stuff happened in the beginning, and then it was like, there was just that point where there was a lull, and nothing happened, and nothing happened, and nothing happened, and nothing happened, and then still nothing happened. I mean, I've said this 500 times. I'm just like beating a dead horse at this point. But, and I kind of get that because it was supposed to be like, all right, we're at least settling into our family life now, blah, blah, blah. And then this betrayal happens and it's supposed to be more dramatic instead of being like, right after where we were like, everything's going to hell. Now we were like, we finally settled in and we can trust everyone and this is our life. And then all of a sudden it's like, what? You know what I mean? Although, come on. Serica told us and we were like, I'm going to believe no. And then we're like, she's lying to me? You know, but we're acting like an idiot. We know. She's basically, she told us back at the orphanage or a dorm, whatever. It's not really an orphanage, I guess. But she told us back then that, like, there's things that I want to tell you, but I can't tell you yet. So we kind of already knew that she had something else she hadn't revealed, which was obviously this, I'm guessing. And then, like, Serica comes along, we're like, are you lying to me? And then she's like, just believe me. And we're like, okay, Serica tells us, and we're, like, shocked about it. Like, you knew she was lying about something. Like, I just feel like their handling of how we're acting about this is stupid. Like, I get the, okay, I'll believe you. Wait, no, she really was lying. You're trying to be in denial, but I feel like we slip way too easily into it. Especially when we were like, I don't know. Let me go talk to Shinjo. And then when he tells us the truth, instead of being like, yeah, I kind of knew, we're like, what? Like, again, the sky is blue, Captain Obvious. What the fuck? Like, again, I know, you see what I'm saying? There's a difference between, yeah, no, I'm totally gonna believe, I know deep down inside that she's lying to me, but I'm just gonna have faith in her. And then when the lies come out, you're like, I mean, I knew it, but I just didn't want to believe it, and fuck. There's a huge difference between that and then just completely, like, wiping it from your brain and then being totally shocked. What? You were lying? You followed your husband when he was having an affair, so you kind of knew. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Like, we knew, and yet we're acting like we had no clue every step of the way here. Instead of being like, no, I just, like we want to be in denial. No, everything is fine. Like, everything is not, you're not that little dog sitting in that fiery room saying everything is fine where you know everything is not fine and you're trying to tell yourself. You literally are getting shocked every time you put your hand out and get burned. What? There's fire? Wow, weird. 2 seconds later, oh my god, fire? What? Yeah, asshole. Like, come on. So I'm just not a fan of how they've done this. You know, there's ways to convey that we knew, but we didn't want to believe it. And then they're going the complete opposite with the, like, we're going to come back here and we're going to tell her we know. And then she's going to be like, yeah, I'm really Senri. And we're going to act like, what? Like, it's totally new fucking information. Like, we haven't just heard it 75 fucking times in the last part. You know what I mean? Anyway. So let's just wrap it up now, because now you're starting to aggravate me, game. Really not. I find her route extremely interesting. Now that we've gotten here and, you know, whatever. And I wasn't, like, bored before, but it was like, I mean, what are we doing here? Oh, okay. Now I get it, but. Oh, fuck! This spam caller again! Fuck you! They called me like 35 fucking times yesterday. Okay, it was probably like 6, but whatever. It felt like 35 fucking times every few hours. They even called at one point. It was almost like, it was like 9 or after 9. And I'm like, fuck you. Why are you calling me at 9 o'clock at night, you fuckers? And I wanted to pick up the phone and be like, go fuck yourself. Because they will call 3 more times while we're recording this. And I'm going to throw my fucking phone across the room. They call with the same area code as my phone. Because they think I'm going to answer it, like, and be like, oh, hey, it must be someone I know. Bitch, no one I've ever met in my life has had the same area code as me. Okay, fuck you. And they call from a different number, thinking that, like, because then I can't block them, it's pointless. Can't be like, block this number. Because they're going to call from a different number the next time. Same area code. Swear to God, I'm going to pick it up and be like, go fuck yourself. I will fucking find you and your family and stab all of you, you goddamn cunt. Call me one more fucking time. And then hang up. But then the cops will come to my house because I threaten these fuckers. But they're literally testing my fucking patience. Testing my patience. I want to be like, block every call that's not a fucking number that I know. But then, like, you know, you wouldn't be able to get any fucking phone calls that might be important. None of them are important, trust me. Only one was yesterday. Because it was the guy coming to fix my windshield. So it was the only time. But anyway. I staggered back home like a zombie in a graveyard 10 minutes fucking later. The lead weight in my stomach got heavier. There was a feeling inside me that I didn't recognize at all.
Oh, welcome back, Takuru. Where did you go?
Nona was smiling at me like always, punch her. But I could tell that she was trying to judge my mood. I only say punch her because I'm aggravated now with the fucking spam callers. So, I don't really punch her, but punch her just for me. That only upset me more. It was obvious now what she was afraid of.
Takuru?
Nono Kurusu. The person I'd always thought was Nono Kurusu. The girl I'd always thought of as my stepsister. But it really does, though. I mean, I know I said it in the last part, but it just keeps hitting me that it's like, ow! Jerk! You just fly over here to attack my headset? Little punk bastard. He, like, landed on my shoulder and was like, fuck you, headset. What the fuck? It's like, they're not in your way. It was here before you. Jerk. Everybody's an asshole today, including me. But, like, when you think back on all the things when anybody mentioned anything about Senri, and she's like, no, I don't think she's killed. And it's like, wow. Still impressed. Anyway. She was really...
Hey, Takuru, what's wrong? Are you not feeling well?
You're not feeling well! My ears started to ring as she spoke. Lumps of emotion collided and fought within me.
What's wrong? Are you sick?
Shall I lay out the futon? No. Why don't you two go play outside?
Huh? Outside? Can we? Wait, Takuru, what are you talking about? Sarika was just here. We can't send them outside alone. It's dangerous.
It's fine. They'll be fine as long as they're near the apartment. If anything happens, yell. Got it?
Okay, got it. Big Sis Yuki, let's go. Yeah.
He's like, no, get the fuck out.
Hey, wait.
We've been so insistent that they stay inside that they were probably eager for any chance to get out. They were gone before Nono could even finish her sentence. This is all Sarika wants. She's just sitting there. She's not going to hurt them. She's like, I hurt you more than killing them would. She knows. She fucking evil. And we want to punch her in the face sometimes in other routes. Like, just fucking punch her. Or like, I like the abuse we fling at her, knowing now. It was funny before, but it's funnier now knowing what a psychopath she is. But I love it, because she is evil. It's brilliant.
Takuru, what are you...
I need to talk to you, Kurusu. Kurusu's expression tensed when she heard what I'd called her. I had to say it. She's not Kurusu, though, but I mean, I had to ask. I had to know, if she lies to you here, if we were going to stay like this, if Kurusu was going to stay Kurusu, if we were going to be a family, it was best that I didn't ask. But you have to know, because if you ask her and she lies, if she tells you there's a way you could work past it and be like, all right, I understand what happened, and we'll just keep going on like this. But knowing that she's lying to you, like, I guess on one hand, you could be the person who go, you know what? I know she's lying. I know why she did what she did. I understand it. I don't need to bring this up anymore. I don't need to make her feel bad about we can keep going. You know what I mean? But then there's the other hand, you could be the person who's like, no, but she needs to tell me the fucking truth and I don't think I can handle it. Like, it really just depends on the person you are. But obviously we can't handle it. Like, so I just met with Shinjo.
With Shinjo? Why?
I had him look into Senri Minamasawa's death. I thought she'd get angry or be surprised, but she listened to my words without changing her expression at all. I have the results of the DNA test right here, for the body that we thought was Senri Minamasawa. I tossed the brown envelope on the table, but Kurusu didn't move to pick it up. She just said 2 words.
I see.
That was all. Why did you do that? Why did you do that when you told me you believed me? Oh, never mind. That's really what she's thinking. Okay, why'd you do that? Why'd you do that when you told me you believed me? I was expecting her to say that. Oh, but she didn't. Instead, I was the one who spoke. Why? Excuses. Why are you denying it?
Because you already have.
But, come on, deny it. I mean, we've known it for a while. See, this I expected. Just deny it.
Live in denial. Deny it. Like,
what? The thing to just pretend. I said I was going to deny it, and then I keep not. I keep doing things to bring it up to myself, but even if she denied it, that wouldn't change a thing. I'd probably get mad that she was still lying. Yeah, but I wanted her to deny it. I still held on to a sliver of hope. You want to deny it so that, but like, we want to back clearly to the tell believer, and then just be like, can you just deny? I wanted to something that would make me wrong, but instead,
I'm sorry.
In other words, she admitted it. She admitted she wasn't really Nono Kurusu. What? I'm just kidding. I took my anger out on the table in front of me. What? What the hell? What do you mean? What does that mean?
Calm down, Takuru.
How the hell am I supposed to calm down?
Please listen to me.
It was all a lie, wasn't it? Right from the start. It was a lie when you said we were a family. It was a lie when you said you cared about me. Okay, No. She was just lying about who she was. Her whole entire life, basically. For the last 6 years, but everything that she's done is... Well, okay, maybe her personality isn't true to who she is, but she's slowly adapted and become Kurusu. She's lying about her name and her identity, but I feel like... And maybe she's lying about the person she is? You know what I mean? But the thing is at some point when she first started pretending, it was like, yeah, I'm Nono Kurusu. She's adapted over the last 6 years in this lie to being this person. Even if she went back and you were like, Senri Minamasawa, and she looked like her old self, she'd still have this personality. You know what I mean? This is part of who she is now. Like, it'd be like anybody, you know? I was always like shy and awkward and whatever, and I mean, I'm still that person somewhere deep down, but I can be more outgoing and talking to the people who are like, oh my God, you're so like outgoing. And oh my God, you love talking to people. No, I fucking hate it. I hate it. Nobody believes me at work because I'm good at what I do, because I'm good at faking it. I am good at putting on a smile and going to work and be like, yeah, no, everything is great. I want to stab you all deep down inside. Okay. You know, like, I hate it. I am good at presenting. I'm good at saying, okay, we're in meetings. Hi, everybody. Look, we're going to do presentations. Even though I hate it and it makes me anxious and I want to vomit. it's a face you put on. It's a mask you put on. You know, it's like if you're in a customer service job, you're like, I hate my life. I want to jump off this building. Hi, thank you for calling Spacey's helpline. How can I help you? You know what I mean? Like, you put on your fucking tour guide voice and you fucking do your job. You know? Like, everybody does that. And it slowly becomes part of you and it becomes natural. That's just what she's done. So you can't really blame her for that. And you can't really be pissed and said, we're a family and you don't love me. Yes, she does. All of that's genuine. You're just mad and because she lied about who she was. And that's understandable. And you can't stop those feelings from coming out and being upset about the lies. But you can't then assume every single thing she ever said was a lie. It's not really how it works. It's different when it's like, I love you, baby. Oh my God, we're always going to be together. And then they're fucking someone else. They're kind of like, that's really, you love me, but you stuck your dick in someone else. Like that kind of shit. But her just lying about her name, like, you know, I kind of feel like her actual feelings and emotions are real. It's not like you found out she's a psychopath or something or a sociopath where she's like, no, I have no emotions and I just kill people. Like, Serica, you're like, everything that we had was a lot, kind of that, yeah. But not with Kurusu necessarily. But I can kind of understand why he's feeling this way because he's just really triggered by lies and flies off the handle, so. Takeru! No secrets between family? How could you say that when you were lying about your own goddamn name? This part I get. Absolutely.
That's not true, Takeru.
It's not? What's not true? Tell me!
I didn't mean to deceive you. I didn't mean to lie to you. But when I met you, I was already no Kurusu. I never wanted to go back to being Senri Minamasawa. I didn't want you to hate me, so...
Kurusu was forcing the words out.
But he didn't try to deceive you. It hurt me the whole time. I wanted to tell you that I wasn't really no Kurusu.
Well, like, how do you broach that?
But if you knew, I thought I'd lose the life I had. If you knew I wasn't Nono Kurusu, the cheerful girl that everyone loved, who was gloomy, creepy Senri Minamasawa instead, I thought you'd hate me.
Can't do her voice right now? Anyway.
When I thought about that, I was too scared to tell you the truth. I didn't try to lie to you. No matter what, I wanted you to believe that.
You want me to believe? Those words shook me even more. You want me to believe? I lost the ability to control myself. I lost the ability to control what I was saying. You were the one who betrayed me. It's the same as with Mom and Dad. You lied to me the whole time. Yes and no, it's different. She lied to everybody, but you said you'd never do that again. But that was just another lie, wasn't it?
That's, yeah, kind of true, but...
You said that our family wouldn't keep any secrets, but you kept the most important secret you could. And now you want me to believe you? I can't believe you. I can't believe anything you say now. You don't have to believe her, but you can believe in her. It's different.
Takeru.
Kurusu's eyes were overflowing with tears. I don't think we can go back. I think this is going to end bad, but all the ends kind of end bad in a way. But I couldn't stop myself from speaking. What? Are you going to tell me a family's supposed to believe in each other? Then we're not family anymore, are we? Never pretend you're a part of my family again. I let it all out. When I was done, there was nothing left but emptiness. Oh. You can still love your family, even if you don't particularly like them or trust them. I'm just saying. But even after that, I still couldn't forgive her. Her tears, her words, they all seemed like lies. So, I'm sorry. I watched as Kurusu turned and ran out of the room, but I didn't try and stop her. Damn it all! Smashing my fist into the table wasn't going to change anything. Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! But I slammed my fists into it over and over again anyway. Where's Kunasato? Pissed off that you're making noise. The hell is happening? Why is this all happening? Serica had betrayed me. Kurusu had lied to me. Everything I thought I had was turning against me. It was laughing at me as it fled away. Oh, my nose is so itchy. I didn't know what to believe anymore. I didn't have anything left to believe in. Serica said she committed all those murders for me. Kurdusu had said she didn't want me to find out about her secret. Why? So that's all my fault, isn't it? I'd wanted a case that would shake the whole world. Well, it shook your world. I'd wanted a family. That's why all this had happened, right? Huh. So that's it. It's all my fault. It was my fault for being here. It was me that was making everyone miserable. The victims of the return of the new generation madness. Yui, Dad, Ito, Serica, Kurdusu. It was all my fault. Maybe I should just go away. Maybe I should just go disappear. Please. Anyone, I don't care who, come kill me. Just come kill me, please. You're listening, right, Onoe? That's my wish, so... I could hear someone open the door and run into the room. Was it Serica here to grant my wish? Nah.
Big Brother Takuru?
No, just...
Did something happen with Big Sis No?
Takuru? The two of them were looking at me, concerned. She's just pissed off. But I didn't have the energy to answer them. Just stay here. And then we disappear. Kurdusu didn't come back to the apartment that night. Now, see, this is why I didn't do it. Now you're stuck dealing with these two kids. You should have left, gone back to your trailer, and left her to deal with this. Like, November 22nd, 2015, Sunday.
What was I doing? The rain had started to fall, and the next thing I knew, I'd come here. I changed out of my wet clothes and into the old uniform I kept in the back of the dresser, and then looked around the room once more. They'd closed the place down, but they hadn't changed the locks or put a chain on the door. The spare key was in its usual place. They should have just let us stay here for a while more then. If they had, maybe this wouldn't have happened.
Yeah, it still would have happened.
I desperately tried to drive the thoughts from my mind once more. Anyway, thanks to the key, I'd made it inside easily. I knew it was wrong, but I'd come here anyway. I had too many memories here. I needed to come here to say goodbye to my past. All the furniture was still here, too. It was much the same as when we'd lived here. But since there was no one to clean it, dust had built up on the shelves, tables, and floors. I softly ran my hand along the desk, and a streak of brown appeared under a thin layer of white. Who would have thought it would get so dusty if no one was here for such a short time? The day we left it felt like we were never coming back, and I'd been terribly sad. I'm home, I whispered softly. Of course, no one answered. The place was empty. But still, this was where everything I had was kept. Everything I had is Nono Kurdusu. I hated myself. The person named Senri Minamisawa. I'd always been alone, ever since I was a kid. At recess time and daycare, everyone would go out to the playground and play on the swings and slide. But I liked to stay indoors and read books. No, I don't think I actually liked it. I just pretended I did so I wouldn't have to interact with other people. Even at a young age, I already thought that any interactions with others meant pain and sorrow. That didn't change in elementary school. Instead of changing, my introverted personality got worse. Now, after having lived as Nono Kurusu for years, I knew. If you try to stay in your shell, everyone will ignore you. But you don't have to do that. There's so many fun things around you. There's so many friends you can enjoy them with. I was always alone. That didn't mean I was bullied. For as long as I can remember, I'd always been worried about what other people thought of me. I was good at avoiding becoming a target. I tried my best not to stand out. I tried my best not to make anyone mad. That was my life. But I still hated myself. I hated the girl named Senri Minamisawa. One day I talked to my mom about it. Mom, I want to be friends with everybody. I want to have a personality where I can make lots of friends.
Senri and Kurusu have to have different voices. And I know that Kurusu is Senri, but like when she's in the Kurusu body and like this, she has to have the Kurusu voice. But when we are being Senri as Senri, she got to have a different voice.
Thinking back, that was my first mistake. That was when my own personal hell began. Mom took me to a lab. She told me if I went there, they'd fix my shy personality.
That is not how it works.
It was a lab that was related somehow to the pharmaceutical company where my dad worked, and deeply related to that weird cult my mom believed in. At first, it was just simple psychological tests. All the doctors there were nice. When the tests finished, they gave me candy. I started to look forward to going there. I was a child. I was a fool. At first, Dad was opposed to me going there, but after a while, he almost never came home anymore. Mom said he was busy with work. And then the experiments began to get more serious. They would force my eyes to stay open as they showed me all kinds of weird images.
This also explains now why she knew Sarika wasn't there. You know what I mean? She's like, Sarika wasn't with you when you broke in and found Senri. Like, she always kind of knew. Like, because we said that in the very, I think, in the original common route kind of thing. It was like, Sarika wasn't there. And you could believe, because she was like, no, I talked to Senri and like, blah, blah, blah. And like, okay, Senri must have said something about a boy sneaking in and whatever. And then like, when we start Kurusu's route and she does I can tell when people are lying. You're like, okay. And then she would have known when Sarika was like, oh yeah, I was there, and been like, that doesn't sound true. But at the same time, it would have been because Sarika was there. You know what I mean? But like, they kind of make you go like, okay, well that's weird. Because, I mean, we never really said that in front of Arimura. But like, everything Sarika said, Arimura was like, yeah, no, it's totes true. Because like, Sarika believed it all, you know? But it makes more sense that you're like, it's another one of those things that you're like, that's how she knew. But they cover it well, where you're like, oh, it's because she knew Senri, so Senri must have told her or something. Like, we're like, well, how did she know? Or she must have just known when Sarika said she was there that something wasn't right about her saying it. And then when you find out her power, quote unquote, which she says is her power, right? You're like, oh, okay. And then you find out she's Senri and you're like, well, now it just makes 100% sense. Like, you're like, damn, though. Game's really good at covering up shit.
He would force my eyes to stay open as they showed me all kinds of weird images. They made me listen to this weird, creepy static for hours. Hot things, cold things, sour things, spicy things, nasty things, nasty things, nasty things, painful things, painful things.
Lots of painful things, okay? That's just constantly going. I can't read all of that. That's a lot. I can't repeat the same phrase 700 times because it gets a little, like, crazy in your head.
Again and again and again. They put weird machines on my head. They gave me drugs. They gave me dozens of shots in my arms. When my left arm turned purple, they'd use the right. When the right arm turned purple, they'd use the left. Again. No matter how much I cried or screamed, no matter how much I said I didn't want to go, Mom told me it was my task in life to go there and be experimented on. What they were doing there was special. I was chosen, so I couldn't tell anyone else. That's what she said. Mom wouldn't listen no matter what I said. But Dad, maybe Dad would. I longed to meet my father.
I mean, you've already met your father, but you mean again, I guess.
And then one day I saw him in the middle of an experiment. When I finally saw my father again, he was like a different person. Not the way he looked, the way he felt. Before, he'd been so opposed to me going to that facility, but now he said the experiments were for my own good.
Stop! Stop it! You have been good all day, don't you fucking start that shit now.
He was a small child with nothing left to believe in.
Yeah, you can talk nice. You're capable of it. Don't be a dick.
The drugs ruined my skin. My hair would fall out sometimes, too. I lost the few friends I'd had.
I wanted to come here to make friends.
And then one day, the scientists were all very happy with the results of the experiment. Dad was happy too. I didn't care. I just wanted to get away. Then the experiments got even worse. They gave me shots. My whole body hurt. I thought I might die. I fought back. They tied me to a chair. They put a weird device in my mouth. I couldn't even say it hurt anymore. And then I thought I saw someone looking at me from the door. Help me. If someone's looking, then please help me. Please. But there was no one to hear my voice. No one came to save me.
I thought they were going to like show a CG of us as a little kid peeking through the door. It would have been kind of cute.
I fell into despair. Despair at the past, despair at the present, despair at the future.
It's just another Danganronpa game, guys.
There was no hope there. Only pain and suffering. If living is this painful, I don't want to live anymore. I longed for death.
We should just be reading this in like the Senri kind of voice, because now she's being Senri. But you know what I mean? She's Kurusu. She's Senri as Kurusu, remembering being Senri. It's weird.
And then it happened. She spoke to me for the first time.
Oh god, this is going to get confusing, because now we're going to be Nono talking as no... Oh, fuck. This is hard, yo. Anyway.
Are you okay?
Huh? Aw.
You're not looking good. Want to go to the nurse's office? What's wrong?
She's so cute as a kid. Look at her. Oh, no. I'm fine.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm Nono Kurusu. What's your name?
Senri Minamisawa?
Senri, huh? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Kurusu.
Call me Nono. Everyone does.
Nono?
Yeah? She was the single ray of light in my dark life. Nona was always cheerful and smiling. She was nice to everyone. There was always a circle of people around her. I couldn't bring myself to try and join that circle. I just had to sit there and watch. But whenever I did... Senri, you come here too. Let's play.
I know they should have kid voices, but like, look. There's too much going on right now to try to do them as kids.
She would shout to me. I could see the people around her frown. Nono must have known too. Some of them would just walk away when I went to join the group. Just ignore those guys. They don't matter. We're friends, right?
Friends? You and me?
Huh? You don't think so?
No, that's not it. But can I really be your friend?
What? Of course you can. Of course I could. Those words made me so happy.
It's really weird to be reading this in Nono voice in her head when she's thinking. But at the same time, it works because, you know, she mimics the look and the voice, right? Sarika said that. So then it's like, okay, this is the Kurusu voice. So now she's thinking in her head as Kurusu about the time when she was Senri. So then she would have Senri voice. And then Kurusu talking to her in Kurusu voice. So it's really fucking weird, but it makes goddamn sense if you think about it. As opposed to, like, now she's thinking of Senri. Because she's like, she's in Kurusu's body with her voice, reminiscing on Kurusu and Senri. It's like we're a third part. It's weird. It's very weird, but it makes sense.
They kept me going. They saved me. Nona was cute and popular with the boys. Kawahara and the other boys would gather around her. They were all after Nono. I knew they didn't like me. Sometimes they'd say that the only reason I existed was to make her look better. But I didn't care. I knew Nono didn't think that way. One day, Nono asked me a question. Senri, why do you always go home early? I had no idea what to say. By that time, they were doing the experiments on weekdays, too. I was going to a weird place where they did creepy experiments. Mom had told me not to tell anyone, but if I told her, she might think I was weird, but Maybe I could tell her. It's just me and Mom at home, so on my days off, all I do are chores. Huh? I was surprised. Nono had always seemed so happy. I didn't know she had any problems at all. Maybe it's the same for you. Oh, yeah. Maybe Nono felt sympathetic to me. When I thought about that, I couldn't tell her the truth. And it made me feel a little better to think that I wasn't the only one suffering. And then I started to hate myself. Nono was honestly worried about me. So how could I feel that way? But still, I was jealous of Nono. She was cheerful and pretty and smart, and everyone liked her. I looked up to her more with each passing day. I started to think that I wanted to be Nono. But that was never going to happen.
See, that's dangerous. It's one thing to be like, I admire that person. I would like to be like them. You know what I mean? Like, I'd like to be like outgoing and cheerful like them and have a positive attitude. You know, not, I want to be them. That's unhealthy and crazy. I knew someone like that. I'm just going to be you and I'm going to steal your personality and the things that you say. And then, like, it was just really creepy and I don't like it. I took a long time in my life to, like, learn to love myself for who I am. So somebody trying to copy me and be me is fucking creepy as shit and pisses me off. Like, you don't just get to steal shit after I honed this bullshit for decades, okay? And I finally got to the point where I'm like, you know what? Yeah, no, I'm pretty fun. Okay, whatever. And then you're like, I'm just gonna steal it and be you. Ah! I will stab you, motherfucker. Don't even. You know? It's one thing to be like, man, you know, you inspire me to try something new, or, oh, hey, I want to try that. Like, that's different. That's not copying. That's being inspired by someone to, you know, get outside your comfort zone or whatever. Like, oh, I'm inspired by this person to be a little more experimental in my clothes, or I'm inspired by this because I want to try that style, or, you know, whatever. Oh, hey, this person's learning how to cook. You know, maybe that should inspire me to try to cook better. Like, little pieces, but not like, oh, you like bowling? I'm going to bowl too. I'm totally in bowling. You do this? Oh my God, I do that too. Oh my God, you're into this? I totally am into this. Did you know I'm into this? I'm into that too. Like, that's fucking creepy and weird, and you should seek professional help if that's the person you are. Because being inspired by someone, or like someone influences you to better yourself in a way, you know, that's different. You know, that's you're trying to grow who you are with little influences from people around you. And that's fine, because you're still going to be your own person. Hey, this person over here really likes to cook and I have fun when we cook and maybe I want to take cooking classes. And this person over here is doing this and I like that and maybe it inspires me to do something different. Not you're carbon copying every single person. So it's dangerous. That's all I'm saying with her being like, I want to be Nono. And we know why. We know what happens. She doesn't just want to be like her. She wants to be her. And we also already know that she is not in a good headspace. She never was. And then they started experimenting on her like, girl's a train wreck, so I'm just saying.
And the more I started to feel that way, the worse the experiments got. I never told anyone, but word started to get around that I was going to some weird lab. My skin dried and cracked, my hair fell out. Eventually, I stopped being able to move my legs like I wanted to. And then came the day of November 6th, 2009. I was undergoing another painful experiment that day. On my way back, I became very dizzy and collapsed. I thought it was a side effect of the drugs they'd just given me, but it wasn't.
I talked a lot on this route, but this ending is we're definitely not getting the ending here. I doubt we're going to get it in the next 20 minutes.
Everyone on the street of Shibuya had fallen over and was crawling on the ground like me. The buildings collapsed, the trees on the side of the road fell over, cars and trucks lost control and collided. The whole city turned to hell in an instant. I didn't know what had happened, and
Somehow in that we managed to find Kurusu. I thought we were with her at the time, you know?
the experiments had caused my legs to shrivel up, and I couldn't walk right. Someone in the fleeing crowd pushed me over, and I had to drag my wounded body home. Mom was dead. It had happened so fast. She had that same self-satisfied smile on her face that she always had.
Yeah, she thinks that she's gonna magically ride on the comet into the ether or some shit in whatever weird cult she's in. This is for your sake. This is a sign of your faith. Those were the words she'd always said when she'd made me suffer. And now she was gone from the world without suffering at all. I felt a feeling that I'd never felt before. It wasn't sorrow or loss, it's anger. A while later, someone came from the facility to tell me that Dad had died as well. He'd been unlucky enough to be in Shibuya for a meeting during the earthquake. I still didn't feel sad. At the same time, the people from the facility told me to evacuate to the hospital. They'd been showing me these strange pictures and seen some kind of symptoms develop, they'd said. They didn't want to lose a valuable guinea pig, even with all that going on. I could tell what they were thinking. Mom was dead. Dad was dead. Did I still have to undergo more experiments? Yeah, gonna become a ward of the experiment lab. Did I still have to suffer? There was nothing left to tie me down anymore. I smacked away the big hand that stretched out for me and ran. I kept running, not even knowing where I was going. I still don't know how I ran on those legs, but somehow I found the strength. I didn't want to go back to that lab. Ever. That was enough to keep me going. And after I turned down many corners and scrambled over a bunch of rubble, I found her. No. Oh, that was supposed to be in Senri's voice, whatever. Even buried in the rubble, she was beautiful. Senri? No, are you okay? I'll save you! I couldn't just let her die. Nona was my best friend. And more than anything, she was the person I wanted to be. If she died here, I'd have nothing left to live for. I desperately tried to move the rubble off her and save her. But I was too weak. That's right, there was nothing I could do. I didn't want to abandon her. There was nothing I could do. It hurts. It hurts, Henry. As more time passed, blood started to trickle out through the rubble, and her voice began to get smaller. It's weird because, I can't do her voice anymore. It's killing me. Mom, where's Mom? I looked around and saw a grown-up's feet poking out from under the rubble behind her. They seemed like a woman's feet. Your mom is just fine. I'm glad. So you'll be fine too, Nono. Senri? Nono grabbed my arm. Her hand was surprisingly cold. No, I don't want to die. I don't want to die. No. I'm sorry, Mom. I can't. Tears poured down her face as she slowly closed her eyes. No. The strength left her hand. No. Oh, no. Oh, no. No matter how much I cried, no matter how hard I hit her cheek, she didn't move. I cried. Nono's death meant the death of the person I looked up to. It meant the death of my hope. It may as well have meant my own death. No, I wanted to be you. Even in death, she was pretty. What about me? My hair was a mess. My face was covered with soot. I must have cut my face somewhere, too. If someone was gonna die, it should have been me. I should have died instead of Nono. And then I saw something strange. It was like the wings of a huge bird soaring through the skies. The hands of a holy mother coupled in prayer. Oh, that is interesting because it is like a glove, but it is still a sword. Because all you saw was the claw part, but it's that's just the hilt, but it's almost like claws on her hand. It's interesting. It's weird. It's very scythy, Organic yet inorganic. I was so entranced by it that I didn't even realize that someone had come up next to me. Did you see a little girl around here? She was about your age. Looks kind of gloomy. It was one of the men who'd come to take me to the lab. When I didn't say anything, he sighed and walked off. It didn't make sense. Weren't they looking for me?
Huh?
And now we're no-no. I like how it just went to no-no instead of Senri. Trippy.
I gasped in surprise at something I saw in the corner of my eye. It was a piece of glass embedded in the wall of a collapsed building. I could see Nono reflected in the pieces. But Nono was right at my feet. The Nono in the glass was looking at me in surprise. I took a step closer, and so did the girl in the glass. I tilted my head, and so did Nono. No way. I turned into Nono. I looked around for something else that would show my reflection. I picked Nono's phone off the ground and used it to take a picture of myself.
Someone walks by. Wow. Really?
I was Nono. I couldn't believe it, but it was real. I'm Nono? What had happened? Did it have something to do with that headache? Or that weird sword I'd seen? Maybe it was because of those awful experiments. But it didn't matter. If I can stay Nono. If I could become Nono, I wouldn't have to do any more experiments. I'd be free of the chains of pain, sorrow, and loneliness that bound Senri Minamisawa. I could spread my wings as Nono Kurusu and fly off into a beautiful sky. Flames were already spreading from the collapsed building.
And this is like why, too, she told us, like, Senri didn't hate you when you saw her and, like, didn't help her. Like, she wasn't mad at you. She knows. There's just so many little things that all of a sudden pop up in my head, like, oh yeah, remember when this happened? Yeah, wow. Like,
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He apologized again and again as I dragged Nono's body out of the rubble and put it in the fire. The smell of burning hair and flesh stung my nostrils. It was only then that I realized what I was doing. I quickly tried to grab her body and pull her out, but it was too late. Soon her body had turned to black ash, and I passed out.
Here's the thing. Then how did she identify her body? Unless they said, we found you by the... Yeah, no, that was my friend Nono. I was there with her, and I saw her die. Like, you know what I mean? How did she identify as a burned corpse? Yeah, no, that ash kind of looks like my family member. How do you know? You know, it's weird. That doesn't make any sense, but...
When he woke up at the hospital, a new life as Nono Kurusu awaited me. All my classmates, including Kawahara, came to visit me. They were nicer to me than they'd ever been to Senri Minamisawa. Fortunately, nobody questioned if I was really Nono Kurusu. Nono had been buried as Senri Minamisawa, based on what I told the police. Even in that unprecedented disaster, I still thought they might get more suspicious. I was astonished at how easy it was.
There's a lot of dead people. They're, like I said, they're going to trust. They're like, you're like, yeah, no, I was by my friend Senri. That was her. I tried to say her. And they're like, all right, works.
For a while afterward, I felt guilty at how worried everyone was about me. I was terrified they'd find out. My personality in particular wasn't something I could quickly change. I'm sure a lot of things I said struck people as wrong. But time was on my side.
Also, after a traumatic event like this, you can't blame someone for being a little strange.
Everyone simply decided I was traumatized at the loss of my mother and friend and was actually even nicer to me. See? Like that. And at some point, I got used to pretending to be Nono Kurusu. I mastered the role and stopped feeling guilty. Soon I really was Nono Kurusu. That was about the first time I saw the boy in the coma named Takuru Miyashiro. After that, I was taken in by Aoba dorm. And then Yui and Yuto came. Takuru came, still in his coma. I took care of him every day. I nursed him. We fought. Soon we opened up to each other. And we became a family. Takuru left the dorm. We became a family again. We stopped being a family. And in the end, I stopped being Nono Kurusu. It was back to being Senri Minamisawa, the girl who lied to her family for years. But... then what was I supposed to do? Was I supposed to go back to that lab as Senri Minamisawa? Be experimented on as a gigalomaniac? Spend my days suffering in that damp building? without anyone ever loving me? And die as a guinea pig with no happy memories? No warmth at all?
I mean, again, you absolutely justified in everything she's done. I don't blame her.
Was that what I was supposed to do? Then why was I born? I wanted to live. I wanted to be happy. That was all. I knew it too. I knew that it was all a lie. All the smiles, all the kindness, all the friendship. It was all for Nono. It wasn't for me. It wasn't for Senri Minamisawa.
Well, that's not true because you tried to be Nono as best you could from what you knew, but she will never be able to be her, even if you look and sound like her, because you don't have all of her memories. So from the moment you turned yourself into her, sure, some people like Kawahara knew who you were, blah, blah, blah. But all the people you met afterward, Sarika, Takuru, blah, 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 all those people and everything you developed after that, that's unique to you. And they didn't love you for being Nono. It's not like her parents would have been like, oh, we love Nono, our daughter, and then you replaced her with a clone, right? These are all people new in your life. And yes, but in your head you're thinking, I was pretending to be Nono. You were pretending to be what you thought Nono was, but you've developed that personality and it's part of who you are, so it's actually you, Senri. You just look different and you sound different. But the personality you think is Nono is really who you've turned yourself into, you know?
Takuru's voice echoed in my mind.
And we were wrong to say what we did, but understandable why we said what we did. It was all a lie, wasn't it? Right from the start. It was a lie when you said we were a family. It was a lie when you said you cared about me. Can't believe you. Can't believe anything you say now. And again, I understand why we said what we said. It doesn't make it not wrong, though.
If he knew the real me, if he knew Senri Minamisawa, would he accept me? Tell me, Takuru, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do now? What could I do now? What was important to me?
Definitely not getting the ending in this part, I'm just saying. I took a bite out of a simple meal of margarine and toast. There was nothing else. There wasn't the usual meal of crisp lettuce or juicy tomatoes or tasty hot dogs or eggs cooked just the way we like them. We need to learn how to cook eggs, bitch. Or get a fucking microwave, you can cook hot dogs. Just plain toast and milk. Yuto was ignoring the toast and watching me carefully. He timidly opened his mouth. Not a fucking word! I'm just kidding.
Hey, big brother Takuru?
I knew exactly what he was going to say before he said it.
Where did big sis Nono go?
He'd asked me that many times over the last day. She went to hell if we're lucky. I'm just kidding. It's rude. I told you, she went to stay with a friend.
You're lying.
Yuto cut me off before I could finish.
That's a lie. Nono wouldn't go over to her friend's house without saying anything to us.
Yuto... I didn't expect them to believe it either. But I wasn't sure if I could tell them the truth. Even if I did, they wouldn't believe it. How could I expect them to believe that she was actually a girl named Senri Minamisawa who'd taken Nono Kurusu's place using something called Gigalaniac powers? Yamazoe has powers? So, like... Don't we know that? So it's Yuto that we have to worry about. So Yuto, you know how Yui, your sister, you know how she died? Yeah. So here's the deal. I mean, like, I'm pretty sure at this point the kid would fucking be like, well, not surprising. It was much better not to tell them the truth. It's better not to tell them. That's right. There's nothing I could do. If the truth wasn't going to make anyone happy, it was better not to tell them. No secrets. That was just a means to an end. I'd known that. But I still couldn't accept it. As a family, we had nothing strong to bind us together. We were just a group of people living under the same roof. Our promise had been a symbol of what bound us as a family. That was all. That's why I didn't want to accept it. I didn't want to accept that she'd lied to me.
Hey, big brother Takuru, why are you lying?
That's right. I was lying to Yuto and Yamazoe. Did I have the right to criticize Nono? To criticize Senri Minamisawa? Did I have the right to live as a family?
Big Brother Takuru!
Shut up.
Huh?
I said she went to a friend's house. I stood up and headed for the door.
Takuru, where are you going? Big Brother Takuru,
If you ask me one more time, backhands. Do not abuse the children, Miyashiro, Jesus. I shut the front door as if to block off his cries. Yeah, we're not cut out. We're not dad material. Outside, it looked like it was about to rain. Of course, I hadn't brought an umbrella. And even if I did, I wouldn't feel like using it. What was Kurisu doing? Was she keeping out of the rain? I laughed a little. She was always the one who told me to take an umbrella when I went out. I don't think I went there because I thought Kurisu was there. But maybe, just maybe, a part of me did. I was the one who told her that we weren't family. But maybe I'd come here anyway, because I was seeking some small piece of what we had before. Kurisu wasn't here, but there were still signs of her warmth. Her room hadn't changed a bit since the first time I'd come to the dorm. There were just a few more things in it. Kurisu never spent any money on herself. Of course, part of the reason was that we didn't have any money, but even when we did, she would use it on me, Yui, Yuto, or Dad. Lately, I'd told her to get herself some nice jewelry or something, and she said she didn't need it.
I'm Nono Kurisu. Call me Nono. Nice to meet you, Takuru. What's wrong? Where's your answer?
Don't act like we're friends.
Huh?
We just met. Only idiots call each other by their first names after they just met. Wow, we were salty and a douchebag as a joke. Well, understandable. Nobody ever liked us. Here's the thing. We should understand where she's coming from because we were in the same plate. Like, she was just like, everybody hated her and thought she was a freak and weird, and everybody always thought the same about us, and nobody loved either one of us. Neither one of us ever felt loved as a child. So, like, but I can understand that we never felt love, and we felt like everybody was lying, and then, like, we started to trust people, and then we find out they're lying, so it's like, but, like, you have to understand where she's coming from. Nobody loved me as Senri Minasawa, and then I just pretended I was Nono, and then everybody liked me, and you want me to tell you the truth? Like, this is where conversation helps. But, I mean, we had to have the fight so we can make up, so.
Sheesh.
Huh?
You don't have any friends, do you?
What?
If you think that way, you'll never make any friends.
Nobody asked you. I don't need friends. We have friends. Give Serica.
And also, I'm not acting like we're friends. I'm being friendly. From now on, we're family, so of course I'm gonna be friendly, right?
We're just staring at each other, I guess.
Takuru?
Why are you just staring at me? If you're gonna stare, you can help.
Or
are you having fun watching me try to get dressed and fail? But it's hilarious watching how I can't even pick up the shirt I dropped off the ground. Damn it. I used to be able to do this before the earthquake. So why can't I do it? Why?
are you done? I want to help you, but remember what Dad said? You need to start by learning how to do your daily activities on your own. It may hurt now, but everything you do now will help you in the future. So let's try it again, okay?
But
don't worry, I'll be with you the whole time.
Yeah.
You did it! You did it, Takuru! You can use chopsticks now!
I get it. Get off me. I almost choked.
Oh, sorry. I was just so happy.
I'm just eating a meal on my own. It's not that big of a deal, No.
No, it is a big deal. I know how hard you worked at your physical therapy to get to this point. Congratulations, Takuru. You worked hard.
Oh, that's our dad. Come on, line up. Was this our photo?
Is this about right?
I don't remember Yui's voice anymore. Yeah, Yuto, get a little closer to the inside.
You go in the open space, Dad.
Okay, let's do this then. Oh, wait. What is it, Takuru? Can I take a photo with my phone too? Just one? Sure, hurry up. If you hit this button, it starts the timer. Where?
Are you done yet? I'm gonna be late to meet my friend.
Oh, it's fine. I'll do it myself. You get back over there, Dad. Okay.
He took over for you.
Jeez, these new machines, I just can't handle them. All right, here we go.
Look, the red light started flashing. Takuto, hurry!
I know. Come on, everyone smile.
Cheese.
Aww. Back when everything was happy and nobody lied and backstabbed us. I'm going to end this part here. So I guess we're going to have another part to get the ending. Or 6. I don't know. I'm actually surprised. She only has one ending, and yet it takes forever to get. But anyway, we'll just continue, see what happens. We had to get her Senri kind of backstory, though. So, I mean, that makes sense. But anyway, at least things are happening. You know what I mean? But I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.